The Dallas Mavericks just robbed the NBA. We had a roster of 14 solid players, stars, co-stars, and role players. But why not fill out the roster, fill out that 15th spot, and get a guy who the Dallas Mavericks are no strangers to, Spencer Dinwiddie, who has some of his best years with the Dallas Mavericks. And as we saw earlier in the season during the trade deadline, we were trying to get him from the Brooklyn Nets. And unfortunately, he decided to choose the Los Angeles Lakers, where he really didn't play that well. But if one thing is for certain, Nico Harrison always gets his man, and it was done as earlier today. The official reports came out. The Dallas Mavericks did sign their guy. But the reports did say free agent guard Spencer Dinwiddie has agreed on a one-year deal with the Dallas Mavericks. Sources tell The Athletic. Dinwiddie reunites with Mavs as an ideal backcourt fit. He averaged 17.4 points in part of two Dallas seasons and was key on the 2022 Western Finals team. Now, we all know that Spencer Dinwiddie did have something to say when he chose the Los Angeles Lakers over the Dallas Mavericks, but we gotta just take that with a grain of salt, take it for what it was. He wanted to look good with the Lakers, but he knows that his best game was with the Dallas Mavericks. But if we look at his stats from last year and with the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers, nothing really that stands out to you. 10.5 points, 2.7 rebounds, 4.7 assists, zero point 0.3 blocks, zero point 0.7 steals, 1.2 turnovers, and 1.8 fouls per game, while shooting only 39% from the floor and an abysmal 33% from three. He shot 51% on corner three, 70% of his threes are assisted, and 57% of all shots are threes. That's obviously not the Spencer Dinwiddie we know. That's just some bum who signed a minimum contract with the Lakers. But the Spencer Dinwiddie that we know, the co-star, the third ball handler behind Luka Doncic, and then Jalen Brunson, who will now be behind Kyrie Irving, put up great numbers in those two seasons with us, while averaging about 15.8 points and 17.7 points in those two seasons, 3 rebounds, about 3 and 5 assists. Spencer Dinwiddie plays better when his role is minimalized. When he needs to be that primary ball handler, that one or two guard, you're not really getting that much out of him as the stats showed in Brooklyn and in Los Angeles. But when he's playing behind Luka, and he's no stranger to Kyrie either when Kyrie was in Brooklyn as well, Spencer Dinwiddie is familiar with both those players, and in that smaller and limited role, he can really shine for us. As we have Klay Thompson, we have Najee Marshall, we have a lot of other players, a lot of other weapons that will need someone like Spencer Dinwiddie to facilitate. Now, a lot of people are worried about Jaden Hardy's development and his growth. I still think that Jaden Hardy will get minutes, maybe as a backup shooting guard, not necessarily a ball handler, not necessarily a backup point guard. And maybe Dante Exum takes a backseat. Maybe he's the guy that we deal at the trade deadline, maybe to free up some cap space. I don't know. I know he's overseas right now in the Olympics playing for Australia for his country, but there were other reports saying that he did suffer a minor injury. I heard it's nothing serious. No fracture has been found. So he should be good to go come the start of the season. But I'd argue that Spencer Dinwiddie is a much better pick, a much better fit than Dante, even though Dante Exum has had many moments with his last season, just really sealing the deal in a lot of games, was very clutch for us down the stretch of the season. But having Spencer Dinwiddie can't hurt us. It can only help us. It is the 15th roster spot. It is on a one-year minimal contract, as we are making that push, not just to make the finals, but to win the finals. I think Spencer Dinwiddie is a good pick. I know a lot of people were wanting Dennis Smith Jr. to come back. That was a name that was being floated around. Malachi Flynn was another name that was getting floated around. I saw Taylor Horton Tucker the other day. I'm currently on vacation. This is not my normal setup. So I'm just reacting as I'm getting the news. But I do like the signing of Spencer Dinwiddie. It does help us out a lot. It takes a lot off of Luka and Kyrie's plate. They'll actually be able to get some rest and not play heavy minutes this upcoming season. And Spencer Dinwiddie can lead the backup troops, lead the guys off the bench in the offense, as well as his defense isn't that bad either. I mean, he's not going to be a perimeter lockdown defender. He's not going to replace Dennis Smith Jr. as a point of attack defender, or Derrick Jones Jr. as a point of attack defender. He's still going to play good defense for us, and he's going to be able to take off a lot of those duties, those point guard duties from Luka and Kyrie, and help us win a championship, because that's what we're doing now. We set the bar of making the finals, and now we have to actually win the finals. I don't think this is a win or bust season for us, although we do want to focus on winning the finals, and Spencer Dinwiddie definitely helps us out in that regard. And like I said, it can only help us, it can't hurt us. So why not? Why not use that last roster spot for Spencer Dinwiddie? But that raised the question, like in my last video that I posted that may have been posted too soon, but what about Markieff Morris? Because with the signing of Spencer Dinwiddie, we are full. Everybody's in here in right now on the roster. We could possibly waive AJ Lawson if we do want to bring back Markieff Morris. I'm not too sure if that's the route that they want to go towards. If you want to try to win a championship, you want to get pieces that work. And although Markieff doesn't really see the floor, he doesn't go out there and put up points or put rebounds or assists, We all know how important he is in the locker room, on the bench, to the guys like Luka and Kyrie, our two main guys that lead the team, also look up to Markieff Morris. So I'm not too sure how the rest of the summer is going to go, or the rest of the fall, leading into the beginning of the season. Whether or not we do bring back Markieff Morris to be that locker room leader, or if, hey, maybe Luke and Kyrie, they can do a good job. Maybe Clay will bring some leadership as well. I'm not too sure which direction the front office is going to go towards. I'd like to see Markieff Morris back. I mean, you got Spencer Dinwiddie. Bring back Markieff Morris. Those are the pieces that you need to win a championship. I know a lot of people are very high on AJ Lawson. Those that aren't too high on AJ Lawson, maybe you feel the same way as I do, that in order to win a championship, you got to get the right pieces, and you can't really have too many players that need development. I mean, in the summer league, AJ Lawson looked pretty good. I know Omax looked kind of rough in the beginning, and towards the end of summer league, he did look a little bit better. But how many players do we need developing versus how many players do we need that can help this team win a championship now? And I think we do need to make room for AJ Lawson. But with the signing of Spencer Dinwiddie, again, that's just huge for our guard situation. Although we do have another guard now. Who knows what we do at the trade deadline next year with Maxi, with AJ Lawson if he's still here, with Jaden Hart. Well, we probably won't keep Jaden Hart. What am I saying? Dante Exum. Dante Exum may get dealt at the trade deadline. Who knows? Now, all in all, with the signing of Spencer Dinwiddie, I'm pretty sure there's no more moves to be made. I mean, if you're going to, I mean, I don't think there's any extensions that need to be made. All the moves have been made. We got Najee Marshall, we got Quentin Grimes, we got Klay Thompson, and now with Spencer Dinwiddie. That's it, probably not till the trade deadline. And how would we grade this offseason? As a homer, as a MFFL, I'd have to say it's A plus. It's A plus. You get someone like Klay Thompson, a Hall of Famer, NBA championship, an NBA champion, and a five-time all-star for 3 years, $50 million. Yeah, that is an A plus move right there. You get Spencer Dinwiddie back after he chose the Lakers. You fix his mistakes, right? You bring back Spencer Dinwiddie. That's a good move. You get Najee Marshall, who is just going to be a crazy lockdown defender for us, and then you get Quentin Grimes, who's a young 3-and-D guy. I mean, I'm not seeing any bad moves. I mean, sure, we couldn't bring back Derrick Jones Jr., but that's been talked to death already. We've discussed what happened there, but I think the moves that we did made, definitely an A move. I don't think that there was really a player out there that we could have gone after, that we should have gone after. We talked about Grant Williams. We talked about Matisse Thybulle. I mean, we talked about Paul George, even though that was never really going to happen. We talked about a lot of players. I know Lauri Markkanen is a name that's been floated around, but if you've noticed, he's still on the Jazz. Lauri Markkanen was probably never going to get traded. So there was no real reason for us to try and make a push for someone like Lauri Markkanen when that wasn't even going to be in the realm of reality. But all in all, if I had to grade this offseason moves from Nico, it's an A. We got rid of, and then also we got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. Unfortunately, we did have to move on from Josh Green. I did love some Josh Hustleman Green this season, but the moves that we did make did bolster the roster. I think we are a better team going forward. So yeah, it's an A plus off-season moves for me. We'll see how it does work out in the regular season. I predict we should make probably over about 55 or more wins. If I had to put my money on it, 55 plus wins this season. If everyone stays healthy, if everything goes the way it should go, the team looks very good on paper, but you got to be able to do it on the court. But I still think that this will be a 55 win plus team for sure. But that's what I got for you guys today. Like I said, I'm on vacation, but I want to make sure I was able to react to this news for you guys. I got a lot more stuff that I got to do, but thanks for check out our Twitter and Discord links in the description below. You should become a channel member. We are doing another giveaway. Whenever I get back from vacation, we'll do a live stream for the giveaway. I appreciate you guys. Drink water. Peace.